with the United States, where we have made significant progress already on the conclusion of an interim free trade bilateral trade agreement, and we are in the final stages of concluding that agreement. In the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister and President Donald Trump yesterday in Evian, this was a major subject of discussion. Both leaders once again gave instructions. And I would say, and by no means least, is with the United States, where we have made significant progress already on the conclusion of an interim free trade bilateral trade agreement, and we are in the final stages of concluding that agreement. Next week, in fact, the United States Trade Representative, Mr. Jamieson Greer, will be visiting India to take forward these discussions. And in the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister and President Donald Trump yesterday in Evian, this was a major subject of discussion. Both leaders once again gave instructions for this agreement to be concluded at the earliest possible. So you can see the trade aspect as a major focus of this visit, and it carried on in a sense today in Paris. To just bring you up to date with Prime Minister's engagements here, he began the day by meeting 4 leading French CEOs. These included Mr. Arthur Mensch, the co-founder and chief executive officer of Mistral AI, Mr. Benoit Bazin, chairman and CEO of Saint-Gobain, Mr. Martin Sion, chief executive officer of Alstom, and Rodolphe Sade, the chairman and CEO of the CMA-CGM group. The French leaders, corporate leaders, all of whom have significant association with India already, expressed their strong confidence in India's rapidly growing economy, and expressed their readiness to expand their local footprints and deepen their presence and their partnership with India. That's the first 2 themes, technology and trade. Let me come to the final one, which is regional and global security related issues. These essentially came up in several bilateral meetings at Evian on the sidelines of G7. These were obviously also a significant subject of discussion at the meetings themselves that the G7 and G7 outreach leaders had in Evian. And of course, the focus was on the situation in West Asia. You're all aware of the developments related to that subject, and in his meetings with his counterparts and also in his interventions at the G7, Prime Minister expressed once again India's desire to see sustained peace and security in this region. India welcomed the developments that have taken place through the understanding that has been reached between the United States and Iran, and hopes to see a rapid return to peace and stability in this region. We have always emphasized the importance of maintaining the freedom of navigation and unimpeded commerce through the international waterways in the region. Prime Minister specifically emphasized the issue of the safety and security of seafarers. He noted how hundreds of thousands of Indian seafarers essentially provide a global public good by serving on maritime platforms that serve the global community and serve global maritime trade in a big way, and why therefore their safety and security should be a common concern of the global community. And this is something that he voiced not just in his intervention at the G7 summit outreach meetings, but also in his bilateral meetings with several leaders.